Hey everyone, good afternoon. Markets are closed here on Thursday. Let's run through and take a look at what they did. Before we get to that, we'll do the fundamental overview, and let me run through the fundamentals real quick. Yeah, that did not take very long because there are none really to talk about. So um, let's just look at what price action is doing. Right, we continue to consolidate in this pattern. Yesterday, new crop soybeans shook off this low, this little spike low here after running stops below this reversal on the 10th, and it seems that we have kept it, and we are trying to work ourselves higher, although we ran into some selling today. So you can see indecision in the market. It's trying to figure out what it's going to do, and that's really not uncommon when you're in this uh, time of year as it's going through the acreage battle, right? So I don't think that we're going to go anywhere real fast for the moment unless we explode higher, because the old crops seem to have a little bit of upward volatility to them. Now, what's a little concerning about all of these are the long candlesticks that we had on the tops of the charts. Let me show you exactly what we're looking at on new crops or on old crop soybeans. You can see the long candlestick here, and in fact, we took out the high that was from the other day, uh, uh, and we just failed to hold it, right? So if you draw a trend line from this peak to here, and then you draw a trend line from here to here, you can see that we've been consolidating in this little range, right? And so we broke out of it today, and now we've fallen back down, and we're testing the top side of it again. We'll see if it we'll see which way it goes. I would expect, if once it does break this line, I would expect it to pick up some acceleration, kind of like wheat did today. I'll show you what that chart looks like, where wheat broke these two little lows right here and then accelerated lower, but it held our hedge line, and it's held kind of in this cloud support here. So we're still going to look up on wheat, even though this is a pretty decent break. But I think this is A, B, C, and we should find some support in here and work higher. Unless beans and corn go ahead and roll over, then I would expect this to do the same as well. So not a whole lot of change here, even though we are working lower, or did work lower today. We still didn't really violate anything of critical importance, in our opinion. And corn, pretty much the same thing. I'll start with the old crop. We did trade up above our hedge line today, and then or up above our cloud, and then we reversed and have a little hook reversal on this corn chart on the May, and the July corn chart has a little bit less pronounced hook reversal, and it's held our hedge line as well. So keep your eye on where we are in relation to this cloud, because if we trade inside it, then we'll odds favor it to break out the upside. If we just start to roll over here and take out this level down here at 621, and for sure down here at 615, then we'll be looking for lower prices, and this bullish count is no longer good. Remember, we are bullish above this low right here. I really like this double swing. You've got up, down, and you've got higher lows and higher highs. So that's the definition of a little uptrend. Now what we need is for that to hold, right? And so if it does, then we're looking higher. And if we're going to hold and grind inside the cloud and then pop out of it, that's just fine. But we're going to look at this kind of area 621 to 615 as our really critical support levels, and we don't really want to see those give way. Otherwise, we're going to have to flip our count and turn back to bearish, which is fine because that's where we were anyway. And this signal here is what flipped us back bullish. So I want to be really transparent with you that here we're tracing this technical because fundamentally, we don't really understand why we're super bullish fundamentally. We get that we're tight in the front of the crop, but in new crop we're not tight at all, which is why the new crop contract is weak, right? But look what it's doing. It's still holding this low right here. It's still subject to these divergences, and we're holding this base channel that was formed down in here. Now it still looks yucky and it still looks weak, but we're still holding it. So as bad as it feels, until that breaks, I don't see us changing our opinion on new crop corn at all until these levels give way. So really short video, really simple. Nothing's changed from the last report that we gave on Monday because we haven't violated these lows yet. The only one that did was new crop soybeans, and they just violated it for a second and reversed and came back on top of it, and today held the test of that low. And so I'm looking up in new crop beans, I'm looking up in old crop beans, we're looking up in corn, and we are looking up in wheat, even though wheat is a little bit scary, right? So I would expect them all to trade more together than apart. So if one starts to break, I would expect the rest to follow soon, but we'll just take it a day at a time and see what happens. Today, I think that's our best count. All right, that's 6 minutes. Remember, there's risk trading futures and options, and you should only do so in light of your own financial condition. If you have questions or concerns, please give us a holler, and we will do everything we can to work with you to get those answered. And we will talk to you later on. Have a great day.